When you're talking about like housing affordability and all of that stuff in Vancouver, it's like I had him in 2015 and then I didn't go back to work after my mat leave ended in 2016. And so it was like, well, now I'm living in this like super expensive city on one income, and then can I actually make money from this art practice? You know, and I have, and it's been great. I always knew that my heart belonged to art. I drew all the time. My mom would just give me pads of paper and pens, and I just spent my childhood drawing. But I didn't have anyone in my home or in my South Asian community that was doing anything creative. So I had no role models to show me that a career in the arts was possible. And then all of this pressure to do something that was more stable and secure, which, you know, I understand from my parents' point of view. So I ended up doing a biology degree, and then I did an education degree, but I just felt so unfulfilled. And so when I turned almost 30, I decided to go back to school and study art. And the moment I walked into those studios, I felt like I was home, and I'd never ever felt that feeling before. And so I ended up doing a 2-year diploma. And then, you know, I tried to be an artist and failed miserably. I didn't know how to run a business. I didn't know that being an artist was running a business. Gave up after a year and got a real job. I just don't know how to be living in such an expensive city and make art. How do I do this? After I had my son, my husband suggested that I stay at home with him and work on my art full time. But what are these circles here?
Cole's rock energy.
Rock energy?
Yeah, it's like his power.
And so at 41, I committed to my art practice, and I've been working really, really hard. And, you know, I'm really proud to say that I am a successful practicing artist, and I'm supporting my family with my income. We do live in a very expensive city. It was very scary to leave a secure job. If you don't believe in yourself, who else is going to believe in you? A project that I was really excited to be a part of last year was Murals in the Market. It was the first time murals had been painted in the Punjabi market. At its heyday, it was so bustling, and it's lost that vigor. Being part of the mural project has really helped sort of reinvigorate the area. You know, people are coming to the Punjabi market to look at murals. They're spending time with the murals. They're going and checking out the local businesses. I did a mural for the Vancouver Art Gallery. And then I did one recently on Hastings as part of Van Mural Fest special projects. My favorite mural that I've done is on Granville Island. Yeah, I probably have like close to 30 murals in Vancouver. I decided to do a show around the dark side of motherhood. When you're pregnant, you're really supported. When you give birth, you're really supported. But after you have your child, I feel like the support just kind of tapers off and you're left to your own devices. I wanted this show to speak to these societal expectations or pressures of maternal perfection and the contrast with maternal distress. I didn't know mom rage was a thing, but apparently it is. So you have this like rage mother whose like arms are out and like there's fire coming out of her mouth, and then, you know, the little monkey child is between her legs kind of cowering. And I really wanted to depict those intense feelings through these pairings. It was really interesting to see people's reactions because mothers obviously connected with the work right away. But even friends who didn't have kids were starting to look at it as, you know, like, oh, I remember when my mom had these feelings. If you don't believe in yourself, who else is going to believe in you? You really think about what kind of role model you'll be to your child. And I just thought, I don't want my son seeing me going to this job that I don't really feel inspired by every day. I wanted to show him that you can live your life outside of a box. And I just thought, how hypocritical would it be for me to tell him to dream big if I wasn't doing it for myself? He is also really interested in art, which I love. And because I didn't have that support growing up, I want to make sure that I'm nurturing his art side. So I do put a lot of effort into fostering that part of him. Kind of hit it out of the park with this one.